What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of No Client Agent Privilege, aka NoCAP podcast. It's your boy Evan, your boy Will. We are back under the tiki hut. We are finally out of YouTube jail, and we're gonna go ahead. I literally still don't get it. YouTube, we are sorry. We don't know what we did, but we're sorry. It's all. We promise to do better. That's our motto. Oh man, so we are mid-season now. We are really, some people are bowl eligible already. Crazy. It's gotten to that point where we know who's got a bowl game, who's not gonna make a bowl game. We're in the crunch time for some of these teams to, like at UCF, you gotta win out now, man. Sheesh. You talk about mid-season surprises. You went from possibly, finishing top 5 in the conference to now you're hoping you're gonna make a freaking bowl game.
Yeah.
God bless. Man.
If they don't make one, I wonder what's gonna happen. I don't. They might.
Did you see that tweet about that one?
Did
you see that one tweet about the kid who just transferred? About the GM telling him he's gonna like tarnish his name and cut him and help like this, that, and the other.
I didn't.
Yeah, I forget the player's name from UCF, but he posted on X about a letter that he had written to Coach Malzone, and it was just, it was respectable, and then also pinpointing issues that he had dealt with, and it was like, basically, it was to the point where he was calling out the GM of the team, saying that like he was going to not help him get recruited after he redshirted, just kick him off the team, this, that, and the other, like just a whole bunch of stuff. Like once you redshirt, you're not like kicked off the team, like you're still on the team, but like it's just he basically was like,
they take it personally.
Yeah, that. So now and it's like at the same time, I don't know if this kid was playing. The name didn't sound familiar. I don't remember him on the film, but maybe it was just one of those things where they thought he had a future there. So, but again, you don't talk to your players like that.
Yeah, that's not the way to handle business.
No. So if that's the case,
anywhere.
So if that is true, Gus was the one who hired him. Gus is the one that.
Yeah, it's not a good look for the
Yeah,
team.
exactly. So a lot of that for UCF.
I think it sucks that when you're so high going into the season and you have this outlook, and then it's not like that, and then you don't know what it's like in the locker room. Obviously, we don't. Maybe they're not holding it down in there. Maybe stuff is starting to boil over.
That's what I'm trying to.
I would imagine when things are not going the way that you really thought they were going to go, and you're losing these games. The Colorado game was the first step.
I think that was the bubble buster, and it's been a domino effect from there.
Yeah.
And the quarterback controversy, like, it really shouldn't have been a controversy after the first 3 games. Like, we knew what KJ's limits were. So it's like, if the coaching staff didn't make a decision just based because somebody wasn't good enough, then why even change anyways?
Right.
Like if you already knew somebody was not good enough to beat him out or be a better quarterback than him, why even take the time to now switch him out? You might as well bit the bullet and just
try different options.
Well, that's the other thing. So like if you already knew after game 3 and you still kept them in, that's what kills me, because like they must have. You would think in their meetings be like, hey, look at these 2 games we just played. This third game, look at how these are his limits, and it doesn't work because a team can adapt to them like that. So
absolutely.
I don't know. For me, just as for us, we're biased as fuck. But
on the note of like adapting and stuff like that, why don't we take a look at maybe a more positive side real quick? Flip over to Army and Navy.
Woo! Talk about some mid-season surprises.
Unpredictable too. They run that triple option. It's hard to prepare. It's hard to come off being prepared for that as well.
Talk about being prepared. ECU was all prepared for the run, and the first play of the game, they go deep on them. Like, are you kidding me? Like, wait, like Army just playing with people now. Like, they're just messing with people. Like
even FAU, they had that Army game.
Yeah, what they run? They were 400 yards, something like that.
Yeah, they gave it to them on the ground, but they went to UConn the week after and they shit the bed there. Yep. Because they just weren't. It's hard to come off that. Scheme.
Yeah, no.
When you prepare for something that's so
dramatic.
Abnormal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna say abnormal, but it's different.
Well, it's so. I think somebody was talking about today how old school football has started to slowly creep back into a lot of offenses.
That's great.
We were so spread oriented, so spread oriented, and then defenses started getting so good at covering. DB started getting good at locking down. You know, a lot of that stuff started to creep in. So really, you know, these single wing offenses, these triple option, you know, not even necessarily the traditional triple option type stuff, but with regards to the run games and stuff, have come now to full circle back to running stuff like that, overloaded lines, misdirections with, you know, center pulling, fullbacks, tight ends, you know, everything that used to be, you know, kind of frowned upon 5 years ago because everyone was so spread and throw the receiver here, now everyone's like, how do we stop this? How do we stop this? So, you know, good point, kind of the FAU. They thought they were prepared, and they still ran for 400 yards. And that's the other thing. That's the crazy part between Army and Navy. You know what's coming. You know they're about to run it out of 100 plays. They're about to run it 99 of them.
Too, you know, they're not going to get
You're not going to get holding calls.
Right.
You're not going to get low block.
Targeting.
Yeah, you know it's coming. And honestly, their defenses have been up to par. Like
Absolutely.
their defenses have really come to play ball. So, and that's where I think always the bigger teams, the faster teams, they just outscored Army. Now some of these teams can't even hang with Army. You know, they can't even get past the 50. So
even Navy, I mean, we have
Notre Dame
this weekend.
Ooh, they win that game.
That's the game. I mean, that's like for like I guess like the average college football watcher, like that would probably be like the game of the week
for sure.
I mean,
if
you enjoy college football, like, but even obviously you can throw on whatever the SEC,
right,
and whatever.
You'll find a good
this
game.
Is a good.
Yeah,
this is a real game of football. I don't mean to say like real versus fake, but like this is OG. This is gonna be some good stuff. It should be. It'll be good stuff.
It'll be interesting to see because with Navy, I believe that Notre Dame's offense has kind of been, you know, good, but like not up to par with what's his name at quarterback? The kid from he just transferred. Oh my God, it's gonna kill me. You're gonna have to look it up because it's killing me.
Sam Hart.
No,
that's
Sam.
old.
That's old. Riley Leonard, the kid from Duke.
Yeah, Riley Leonard.
Yes, the kid from Duke, and he has finally like started to blossom. So like now he's peaking at the right time, and it's like we always in the football world we always talk about momentum.
Yes.
So is that momentum? Yeah, is that momentum going to carry over to this Navy game where it's like
it's two really good stories on both sides.
If Navy holds the ball and Riley can't get going, I think that'll be the big thing. So, but again, I think Army Navy, they're the two. I mean, one, if they both go, if Notre Dame loses to Navy this weekend, they will both go undefeated into the Conference USA championship, most likely. And then a week later, they'll play each other again in the Army Navy traditional game. That would be if whoever loses the championship is going to come back with a vengeance.
Oh yeah.
So it will be probably the greatest 2 weeks of American football like that we will have in a long time. Like I have to admit, like I'm hyped for that. Like I think that would be one of the craziest storylines. You play each other for an American conference championship, and then a week or two later you play each other again for America, for just America.
Game, yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, wow, what a season this is. Woo, gets me hyped just thinking about it. So, I mean, and another plus, Indiana, undefeated.
Yeah.
6-0, coach. Yeah. Give yourself a. I mean, he's the funniest man. He came on and said, "Google me." That's the one liner now. Every time he says something, just Google me. I think that is too funny, and it's not against weak competition. It's in the Big Ten. Yeah, they are a basketball school. Oh yeah, that last game, that Nebraska game, yeah, they smoked.
I mean, they've been winning by nice margins. I'm not going to go to say that they've been playing some crazy good.
No. I mean, they haven't gotten to the meat and potatoes of their schedule. I think they still have Michigan.
They have Michigan and Ohio State
so
as well.
Those are two big, and I believe which one? Yeah, Ohio State's at Ohio State.
Yeah.
So that's huge. That's a big thing. So at the Horseshoe, difference maker for sure.
Yes.
And then
another Big Ten, Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon, numero uno. Here we go. I mean, your new conference. You're settling in well. Can you take over? Can you first year conference championship? So I mean, Dylan Gabriel. I mean, I wish this Dylan Gabriel would have looked like this Dylan Gabriel at
He
UCF.
kind of did.
I
don't know
mean,
why he left.
he had a lot. He had a lot still to grow as a quarterback. But like
UCF still had a lot to grow at that point.
Well,
in time
losing
as
a coaching
well.
staff, you could leave too. I mean, that's where I understood why he left, because coaches started leaving. Like once you're a coaching staff that like brought you in, helped you get to be where you are, and then they dip, it's like, yeah, I'm out too.
And they need
Like
Scott Frost back.
you can't. Yeah, well, hey, amen to that. If we get Coach Frost, I mean, I don't know if he'll leave the NFL, but Coach, you're more than welcome to come back to UCF on my dime anytime.
But yeah, Dylan Gabriel's been playing really well.
Lights out, baby.
Really well.
Lights out. I mean,
And I'm happy
some of those.
for him.
Hell yeah.
You got to be happy for somebody
that's
like
Ohana
that.
right there. That's family. I mean, that's DG.
Speaking of which,
What?
you're going out there.
Oh yeah.
A little Maui action?
So just a little LSE. I am heading out to Maui for the Maui Invitational. We do have our NIL client Denver Jones and Auburn Tigers playing in that. So they've got Iowa State first game. UConn, UNC's out there. Yeah, I mean, we just kind of talked about it with regards to, as an agent, NIL, pro, doesn't really matter. You just have kind of I don't want to say a time limit, but like the luck of the draw to have a client kind of play in those opportunities, like in those games to, be there, support them.
Almost like Senior Bowl.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to have a client make it to the Senior Bowl, it's the same concept. Like if they're that good, it's great. Like Dayton, I forgot Dayton. Marvell plays on there.
Colorado too.
Yeah, Colorado, they're gonna be good.
Memphis.
Dayton, Marvell, Memphis. Memphis is always so hit or miss. They're so good for like 10 games, and then they just like
Michigan State though too.
Michigan State's Tom Izzo, baby. Tom Izzo, the only coach with a football stadium named after him.
Yeah,
like, you ever heard of that?
Interesting.
So funny. But yeah, so again, with that, it'll be a fun trip. Trying to get a day in the life of an agent, of traveling, Maui, because what I'm doing before that. I didn't even tell you this.
You're going somewhere else?
I got to go up to Gainesville for AC.
Oh yeah, okay.
For the volleyball, because they're playing UCF.
You gotta bring some merch.
Well, yeah, well, that and I mean that, and hopefully her ball deal is finally, the balls are here.
Oh, they
so
are?
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what
Perfect.
So we actually have a call on Thursday, tomorrow, Friday. No, tomorrow, Friday, one or the other. But I think
Thursday,
tomorrow.
yeah.
I think tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll have to double check my schedule. But yeah, so AC Gainesville that weekend. Ole Miss plays UF, so I'll go to that game too.
Okay.
So that'll be good. And then again, Bama, Auburn, getting back into college football. The two powerhouses of the SEC, that we're always battling, and now we're kind of like, what's going on in
both
Alabama?
the Alabama
Dude,
showboats.
talk about hurting. I mean, obviously with the new coaching regime,
like you
that's
said,
going to happen.
coaching changes, shake
Yeah.
things up.
I mean, I know AJ McCarron came out today and was all, pissing, moaning about how everyone only cares about TikTok and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it is kind of true in a way.
I mean, that's just generational thing. It's stuff you have to deal with. Like, you're not gonna have the old head mentality, because that's just not what they're bred with. It's just, it is what it is. Like, you
But it's
adapt
still
or
gotta
die.
be about football first.
Of course,
When
of
you
course.
say TikTok, I'm assuming for NIL purposes.
I don't necessarily know that, because just the way he phrased it.
Well, if it's
I think
not,
I think he just, I don't know what he meant. Like, if he's just talking like, I see these kids, posting TikToks, like dances and stuff like that. Like, there are guys that do that. Like, Travis Hunter does that. He's still the #1 candidate for the Heisman right now. Like,
I think the game should come first, regardless. When it comes to
No
NIL
doubt.
stuff.
No doubt.
I know that we spoke a little bit about it in the last episode, but
yeah, no, I mean, and
NIL, the game should come first.
no doubt.
There's a lot of stuff that still has to be sorted through.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
And when it comes to that, so the whole TikTok, everything,
And that's
painting
generational.
their nails,
Yeah, dude.
like
I mean,
whatever.
Like,
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're winning,
At the
nobody's
end of
gonna
the day,
complain.
Yeah, you gotta focus on the game.
And you
though,
just
at the
gotta
end of the
win.
day, like,
You can do whatever you want once you're winning.
Yeah.
If you're not winning, then yeah, that's when all
You
the
gotta hit
hoopla
the-
comes
yeah.
around, and that's when the comments like AJ said. He was like, "Dude, y'all just lost. Y'all lost to Vandy. Y'all lost to Tennessee. Like, we don't lose like that.
yeah, that's
like,
not. Yeah.
Like, we just beat Georgia. Now we're back.
Kind of goes back to what we were talking about maybe about a month or so ago, where we said that maybe teams would be a little more lax now and say, it's okay to lose a game.
Well, it's, yeah,
Or
thank
for
you.
Alabama's case, it's okay to lose 2 games.
Right, because we're still Alabama.
Alabama,
Right.
we're the SEC, and that ties back into all the biases.
Right.
With the 4-team playoff and
So
how we
does
saw
a
with
2-loss
that,
Alabama
Yeah, they get
deserve
in.
a chance over an
Yeah.
undefeated Army?
It's the same. It's
No,
the same
they
thing.
don't.
No,
I don't care. I will put
I agree. I
okay,
agree. But
okay.
it's what I'm gonna say. What I'm saying is it's turning into the same thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Bigger animal.
The bubble.
Yep.
Is the problem, and
Right.
the way that the teams are selected is the problem. You get
Agreed.
people in a room.
That's the issue.
You get people
Yes.
that maybe haven't even played a substantial amount of football in a room
Who may
for
say
however
this, that,
long,
and the other based
and they're
off of
like,
what
yeah,
they
we're
just.
gonna put this person here and put this person here, and then you're gonna try to tell us that it has nothing to do with broadcasting and
matrices.
it has nothing to do with media rights.
Nope, none of
and
that.
it has nothing to do with what television channels want, what matchups like.
The big multimedia
if you're doing
billion-dollar
it
companies,
like,
they don't care.
Yeah, if you're doing it like that, then it should really be down to the data, like
The football
resist,
data,
like
right.
resistance is like, okay, like they have 2 losses, but their opponents that they lost to have more wins, or
Right,
they
right.
have
Like-
they lost to people that were stronger than them.
I'm
or
just going
it
to.
should be
I
like
know
data
it's
driven.
going to happen, and I've already preached my case about it.
Well, Alabama over Navy.
No,
or
just
Army?
a team like that, like an SEC team like that, will get in over
Yes.
a Navy who loses to Army, or Army that loses to Navy, or an Indiana that loses to Ohio State at Ohio State. Like,
You think Navy and Army both get in?
no. I'm
If they
saying,
go
but one or the
undefeated?
other. But I'm saying
If they go
one.
undefeated?
If one
If
wins
both
the
of them
conference.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
one,
right,
one,
right,
one's
right.
got to win the conference.
Okay,
So I'm
yeah.
saying if
One of them has to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Sooner or
Yeah,
later.
okay.
So whether or not one of them or both of them lose,
But still,
But
what
the
about the
Army-
one-loss SEC teams?
well, that's what I'm saying.
We're just gonna say that the SEC teams are
More American than
better?
Army and
Well,
Navy.
yeah, I mean that too. That
This is
too.
America.
Yeah, right. Who wouldn't want to see? I think it just makes for good football.
I mean,
It's
it's gonna be
good.
good. I hope we're.
It's a different audience too.
Yeah,
It's a different
it'll be
audience.
so different.
You have ex-military that may or may not watch sports or college football.
They will watch
but
it
they will
just
watch
because-
that because oh my gosh,
Could you imagine
my school is
Trump
in
walking
the,
out
the,
after freshly being elected, and he is just at the Army? Oh my
That'll be
lord,
wild.
wild!
That'll be wild.
Oh, that would be insane.
That would be cool.
So,
that would be cool.
But anyways, and now transitioning, because with regards to the NFL, talk about some like mid-season. I mean,
Trade deadline's coming
God,
up, right?
yeah, next
Something
week.
like that,
yeah. Tuesday.
I mean, Devontae Adams, I didn't think from the moment that happened, I didn't think that was going to really do anything.
well, I don't know why
Um,
everyone's so
the only thing
hoopla about him not doing well the first game, as if like there was some magic pill about to have, like some magic.
Not only that,
dust
but
was about
Aaron
to be
Rodgers
sparkled.
hasn't looked that good either.
I mean,
I don't think
when
so
your
that he's
offensive
looked
line
that
is as
good.
bad as it is, like you would, you really have no interior. Your
And
tackles.
the defense went away.
Yeah, I had no idea
I don't know
what
what
defense.
happened to the
Oh
defense.
yeah, we're gonna win
Defense
this.
must be really
We're gonna still win for Salah. What?
I don't know why they fired him before bringing Devontae either. They should have at least let that happen.
See,
how
that's
that
what
would have
everyone.
worked.
But see, everyone's saying that wouldn't have happened with Salah there.
Why?
I don't know. That's just what they're saying. I think the owner would have done it either way without Salah. So whether or not Salah would have been happy with it,
New
now
York
that's
football.
another story.
Damn New York football.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, again, I don't know why everyone was so adamant that Devontae coming in was just gonna flip the switch. That's not how football works. He still has to come in and learn a new playbook. Like it's not like he just magically knows his playbook now. He knows
Right.
some plays that Aaron probably installed on his own from Green Bay days, but it's still somebody else's offense. So for me, that's what killed me about everyone crying and complaining about 1 week of football that, oh, this isn't going to work. He wants to get traded out of New York already. Like, oh, dude, relax.
Well, that's just New York sports.
Right,
in
exactly.
general.
So, but again, another team that's kind of, biting the injury bug in the 49ers. Like, talk about, is their season done?
Oh yeah.
Are they done? Like, is that it? It's a wrap?
Yeah.
Poor Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well. Yeah.
no, I'm saying because of his contract year.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
They'll give him something.
Well,
I think,
no, they're gonna pay the man,
I
but I'm just
think-
saying, like, with regards to what he could have gotten paid if they made it a third time, he could have asked for the moon. The moon.
Yeah.
We could have taken the moon. Like that's
They
really
could've-
what he could have done.
They could make the playoffs still. I don't think
I mean,
that's
the NFC,
over.
The NFC West.
Who's gonna
or-
win their division?
Yeah, the NFC West
You know
is
what I mean?
terrible. I mean,
I
Kyler
mean, maybe
Murray
the
is running around like
Seahawks?
crazy. The Seahawks are Arizona at this point. I don't know. I
Oh
mean,
my,
Yeah, I know.
Arizona. I
Don't
don't know
get me
about
started
all.
there.
I mean, it's a toss-up.
That's what I'm
we'll
saying.
have to see.
Um,
There's 17 weeks in the season. What do we have? 10 more weeks left.
we got
it's
plenty of
fine.
time. We got plenty
Yeah,
of
it's
time.
fine. I think they might be able to figure it out. I don't know if they're gonna have anybody coming back, but they lost Ayuk, which they just gave a
Gone.
massive contract to.
Again, and that's we want to get we'll save that topic for another week because that's a whole nother topic in and of itself. Everyone crying and complaining how he should be glad that he held out, blah blah blah. It's like held out, like he was
Did you want him to get injured?
like exactly. Like I don't understand.
wasn't-
Like I don't know. There's a lot to talk about with that.
And then the Buccaneers, the poor Buccaneers. I mean,
Holy,
they lost,
talk about a good
they lost
run
their
in
two top receivers
One
in
game.
the same game.
one
In
game.
the same game. I mean, the injuries are piling and piling on. It happens every year.
Oh, of
But-
course, there are always those spurts.
But there's nothing that can be done about like maybe more plyometrics or something.
I mean,
to try to strengthen these muscles and
I
these
don't know, a lot of
ligaments.
them-
Like, is it just like years and it must be?
well,
years
I mean,
and years
definitely
of
wear and
heavy
tear. No,
use.
definitely wear and tear for sure.
I mean,
but like,
shit.
some of the injuries are like Chris Godwin's. Like that was a freak injury.
yeah.
You know, that's not anything with
Yeah,
regards.
but
to,
more like the Mike Evans.
well, yeah, the hammies.
the hamstrings,
Like,
the ACLs.
but he was already hurt and he pushed it. And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ACLs,
that's true.
I've
Yeah.
talked about the ACLs before because I only remember when I was playing ball, I only remember like 2 kids ever hurting an ACL in high school or anywhere like younger, I guess I would say. But as I got older and as the game got faster and a little bit bigger, stronger, all that, it legitimately started becoming every year. High schoolers, college, NFL.
Yeah.
And it's like
who's it gonna be?
what is it? You know, is it just because the body's ligaments are all the same and everybody's muscles are growing, like bigger, stronger, faster? Like I don't know. I don't know physiology or kinesiology enough to I'm a certified personal trainer, but it's like I don't know the body well enough to go in and have a doctor,
Right.
Design of
Right.
why your knees,
Maybe-
everyone's knees.
It's kind of like something I learned about like phone screens for like iPhones and stuff. It's like it's not about like how you drop it; it's the way that it
Agreed.
impacts.
Yes.
Which shatters the
Yes.
glass.
Yes.
The glass is strong,
Right.
but it's just the wrong way.
Yep.
And
I
it's
agree. I
done.
agree with that. I agree
And
with
that's
that.
where I feel like maybe with the ACLs, especially.
Oh, that's
and
where the
Achilles.
turf and real
The
grass.
turf-
That's
turf
where
has to go.
that's where those two
The turf has
arguments
to
come
go.
in between that and then concussions, like your
Turf
head
doesn't
hitting
have
the
as much
turf.
grit
Right.
give as
Right.
as
So that's where
grass does. You
and-
can dig into it,
and that's
You
where
can
everyone is like,
plant.
why are we not playing on grass? Like you have $1 billion. You can not tell me you
Yeah,
can't
you
hire
can't,
a $1 million lawn crew. Like every golf course in the world has like 2,
And they
3.
definitely make less money
For sure.
year over year.
Yeah,
than-
you cannot tell me that your indoor stadium can't have some type of UV light tracking to like get their fields, enough sunlight for real grass for those indoor. You just can't. You can't tell me that. Like you're $1 billion company, $1 billion. You're telling me you can't spend a fraction of that to keep grass alive in your stadium? No shot. Don't tell me that. So, but that's a whole nother discussion we can get into. And speaking of concussions, Tua's back.
yeah. Tua's back. Yay.
Hey, my boy Cheetah said, strike up the band, baby. We are back. I'm just saying, hey,
You should retire.
when you're all right, no, I don't know about that. Because Tua is Polynesian. His mindset is, I will die, and you can bury me where I die on the field. That is the Polynesian warrior
I can
way.
respect that.
Right,
By
right.
my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
Your opinion is probably relatively the same as about 90% of the people of the world.
And then it's like he comes back, and what if they still like? Because they were.
Bro, he said
I didn't even
F
say
the
that.
fuck.
They were better.
He said F the Guardian cat
Yeah, I know.
on camera.
But
Like,
I've also read that the Guardian Cap hasn't
doesn't do
made much of a
anything. Yeah, no,
difference.
I've heard the same. So,
He comes back and they still suck. Then what?
well,
He should sit out the rest of the season.
no, you know who they're gonna
Right?
blame. You know who they're gonna blame it on.
The coach?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he's a good coach though.
I know.
That would be bad.
If they do, bro, somebody's got to be the fall man.
They're getting ready to fire Dayball up in New York.
Really?
Giants.
I think.
saw
I think
an
just
article or
Jones.
two about that.
I think. I mean,
Daniel
I think
Jones?
the G. I think it's just the GM's fault for not drafting another quarterback.
Think it's Shador time in New York.
Yeah, they live at Colorado now. They might as well. The assistant GM's there every week.
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
It's just, it's, ugh.
I mean,
it's I hate that it sounds like it's such a gamble.
Well,
Between injuries and underperformance.
I mean, that's the
It's
world
like
of football.
crazy
That's
gamble.
why. I mean, you're talking about an industry where $500 billion with regards to sports marketing, sports in general. Like, you're talking about a lot of money's being funneled into some of these teams. Like, decisions need to be made, and they need to be made quickly. And everyone's too quick on the trigger sometimes, and that's where the league starts to hurt itself. Coaching staffs, players, contract extensions. The wrong person gets paid because this, that, and the other. It's all the same. It's everything that happens in business. The same, and it's the same here. So ain't nothing changed, but it's still, again, football's still football. But football minds need to prevail. That's my motto. Is like some of these business decisions that are being made, they need to be, double checked by somebody who actually knows football.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what kills me. Like,
Mhm.
some of these decisions that are being made are not football related.
College and
Oh yeah,
pro
college,
football.
college especially.
Yeah,
You'll
they
see that.
both-
You'll see in college for the next 2 years, 3
Yeah.
years, until some like legitimate like rules, not even rules, legitimate like guidelines are made to like make this
Yeah,
orderly.
there needs to be some
Yeah.
restructure and
I mean,
and
just anything at
they
this
have
point.
a lot of important topics to
Oh yeah, so
tackle.
much. There's so much. So I mean, but again, in another one, the Chiefs, they made a big trade today. Does DeAndre really come in and do anything?
Kareem Hunt did.
Yeah, I give him that.
Kareem Hunt's been producing.
And he's been out for
So,
so long.
We'll see. And plus, the Chiefs are without their top receiver,
Top receiver,
and
top running back.
Travis Kelce is non-existent.
Dude,
So
what is going on with that man?
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, but what does Taylor Swift have to? She's not even there. And there's no excuse.
He found
She's at-
love. He found love, and he's chilling now. No more game. No more game for him.
It just why? Like what? Like I honestly think.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
No, I know.
don't know. I don't
Swifties
know.
out there, we're sorry. We didn't mean to diss Taylor like that. We're sorry. No, but seriously,
It's not her fault.
No, but again, even still, like we all know where the political sides are in that locker room. Does that make a difference?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Just saying.
Between who though? The kicker and the rest of the team?
No. Pat's wife and Taylor. You don't think that carries over to both of them?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
You're professionals, right?
I would hope so.
They're professionals, right?
but
I don't think
but
so.
professionals usually that are cohesive together ain't got a touchdown to the season. I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out what has changed since last season.
Right.
Other than Taylor and other than anything dramatically, there's nothing changed in the offense. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no coaching changes. There's no discrepancies of
Right.
what the play calls are. So
Right.
if it's not schematical, it's not X's and O's. Got to be something. Not to say again, having a girlfriend that's only at every other game shouldn't be an issue. You know, as famous as she is, that's really as a professional. Where's our issue? So I don't know. I mean, I'm just like I said. I'm not saying it is. I have some friends on the Chiefs, but that's not what they're telling me. And I'm not that I asked. I'm not a journalist like that. But with regards to
I mean, they're still undefeated, so it doesn't
right,
matter.
exactly, they're winning.
It doesn't
So
matter.
winning changes everything.
Yeah.
Winning changes everything.
Everybody
That's
shuts
the
up.
everyone. Nobody talks shit. Period.
Nobody
So
points fingers.
yep. Nobody says, "Hey, you suck. Hey, you suck." Travis Kelce has no touchdowns on the season. Yet they're still 6-0. What happens
Doing
when
something right?
what happens when he starts actually winning, or what happens when they start
Scary.
actually get touchdowns?
Scary.
Bad news. Talk
Yeah,
about
it's
a
bad
three-peat.
news. Yeah, it's bad
Talk
news.
about a three-peat. That's coming. If they get rolling.
I would hope it is coming. I would hope so,
mean-
right? I'm sure they hope so.
Well,
They could use the extra. I mean,
well, at this point, they need to find some way to get him at least active. He's averaging like 30 yards a game. Coming off like a 80, 75 yards a game like 2 years ago. The last year, 60 something. I don't know.
it's hurt my fantasy team.
But so I'm saying, and you're probably about the majority of fantasy owners. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm putting you in every week. Can't get a touchdown. Can't get 50 yards. Like that's what we're going with. Dude, that's what I'm saying. So, but yeah, I mean, football wise, we're still early in the season. I would say more mid-season through college. Still got plenty of weeks to go in the NFL.
Right.
Right. So yeah,
the NBA just started.
NBA just started game. Miami Heat's home openers tonight.
Yes.
So they play Orlando.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That's good. That's a good matchup. I like both of those.
Yeah. I don't think the Heat are going to be anything this year. But
it'll be
same
old 6, 7 seed playoff team. Like come in probably shock the 2 seed, 3 seed, whoever plays them, and then all of a sudden they'll play Boston and start crying about how this, that, and the other. But like, I don't know. I mean, for me, like, there's no reason Miami couldn't like be good because the East is so weak still. Like, take Boston out of the picture. The East is such a subpar.
The East got weaker.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially when you remove what the Knicks had going, or like I don't even know what to think of that. The trade went this, and then maybe
the Knicks. I have no clue what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know if I like
it.
The
Wolves didn't look that good. I'm sure if the Wolves still had Cat, AD doesn't score 36 last night.
Nope.
And the Wolves probably win. Gobert sucks. I don't like Rudy Gobert. I'm sorry. I mean, he could probably destroy me on a basketball court. That's fine.
I mean, you're not an NBA player.
I just don't understand the hype around him. Like, yeah,
he's
he
just
is
a
premier
defensive freak.
defender, but
yeah, he's just a defensive freak.
He's not though, because he was on AD last night.
He got worked. I didn't even watch. I honestly
36 and 15
for AD.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, yo, that might. Hey, he might need to. He might need to go back into the room and get some defensive work done because that is
he needs to
not
shut
okay.
down the league again.
That is not okay.
Let me see. Anthony Davis, 36 and 16. I mean, it's like,
Defensive player of the year.
If you have Karl Towns for that game last night, that doesn't happen. I think the Wolves shot them. I think they both shot themselves in the foot. I don't
think it benefited anybody. I really don't. I don't see where. I don't think. Yeah, I think it's a. I thought that was not the dumbest trade I've ever seen, but like it made no sense to either team. It makes no sense. So I don't know if they just New York it was that fed up with Julius Randle, and they just had to get him out. Like I don't know.
I guess DiVincenzo wanted out as well.
It seemed like I don't know what happened with that little skirmish with Brunson's dad or whatever. Like that was some petty shit there. I don't know. You don't do that shit on camera. You don't do that shit on the court. Like I don't care. Like I don't care how serious you guys are together. Like, but like you don't. That's not something you put on the camera. Like, it's just bad for yourself. Bad image. Like makes you look like a sore loser. Right. You know. So
we're under a minute. You want to go like 5 more? Or?
Yeah, we'll go 5 more. We'll get into. Finish up the NBA and go into the 50-50.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, I mean, it was cool to see Bronny and LeBron on the same court.
I'll admit, I was gonna say, I'll admit that's sick. Did you see the video of the guy who bet the under for 1.5 points for Bronny?
No, did he score?
No.
There you go.
It was amazing.
That's
the guy,
probably like minus 150, but.
I mean, it probably. I mean,
it was probably
some good odds.
Like, not like
no, it was probably some good odds. Honestly, a 1.5. That probably odds were probably up there.
Maybe like
I don't know.
Plus 100.
I was gonna say no. Ooh.
They knew. Come on.
I don't know.
They knew.
One bucket. You can't give me one bucket.
Nah.
You're LeBron James' son. You can't give me one bucket.
Nah,
oh
yet.
My God.
Not yet.
Oh, I hate. Then why did you draft me? If you draft, don't get me started. Don't get me
crazy sweat.
Crazy sweat.
Turn the game off as soon as he scores. That's over.
Oh, dude, the guy live streamed the whole thing, and it was like him like he like shot a 3 or something and he like missed and he was like, oh man, that was close. But no, I knew that wasn't going in. Like, like Joe.
He had a rebound though.
Oh, he had a rebound.
Had a
yeah, he did have a
rebound.
rebound. He did have a rebound. I saw that.
He's on the board somewhere.
Yep. So, but I was just laughing at the guy more so than Bronny. Like, obviously, like nobody really knows how hard it is to score in an NBA game. Like, I don't care if you're LeBron James' son or not. Like, it is. If it was anybody in any lower level, like, it is nearly impossible to score on an NBA game. So it's nothing to Bronny's skill set by any means. It's legitimately the NBA for a reason. So nothing to that. But I guess, do we want to give predictions for finals?
I like the Thunder.
I know you do.
That's it.
What's the point in even having these conversations?
I mean, if you want me to be honest, I do. If I'm being honest, I do like the Thunder's chances.
I agree. I mean, I agree with you. Like, I think the Thunder are gonna be
the Celtics. Right them. I don't see why there's nobody else. Embiid already said, "I'm not playing back-to-backs." So what's gonna happen when he has to play a 7-game series?
Well, my other thing is,
and then Paul George is
the first game. They both go, "Oh, we're not playing." NBA's back, all right.
Yeah,
like,
right. And then
home opener.
What? The Clippers are not gonna be there. They got worse. They lost Paul George, or arguably worse. It's going to be the toss-up between the Mavs, the Nuggets, the Thunder, and maybe the Wolves if they can get it together.
I just need to see what the Mavs are looking like with Clay.
Yeah.
Like, I need to see how this rotation...
And they lost some key pieces in Josh Green and Derek Jr. as well, so...
I mean, the Mavs are going to be, I think, the dark horse, I guess I would say.
Nah, I mean, they just went to the finals last year.
Yeah, but I would say... Yeah, I agree with that, but, like, again...
Well, you think they're going to be that 5th, 6th seed?
I'd say 1, 2, 3. Like, 1, 2, 3. Like, I don't see them going...
Top 4.
Yeah.
Top 4.
I don't even see them being 4th. I think they'll be 3 at the lowest. Yeah, because the only person I think will beat them OKC. And...
Yeah, if they can play some better defense.
Yeah. OKC and... I don't even know who my second out of the West would be. I don't know.
Nuggets?
I don't know. I mean, I guess
Lakers,
maybe Sacktown.
People are throwing the Lakers in there.
Sacktown could come back.
They'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just don't know what
top 4?
No, maybe not. I take that back. But again, for me, I don't know. I think at this point,
Warriors might be a dark horse if anything. You know, I mean,
you still got Steph. You still got Steph. So
Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond's still up there.
Let's go.
But, it'll be interesting to see how they put their pieces of the puzzle together up there. Still got Kurt. Still is a good coach. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. The NBA, I think the NBA and the season itself will be probably one of the more interesting ones throughout the year because of how much has changed
in the West.
In the West. The East, I don't know. In the East, I have no clue. I think
the East is the fight for the second spot.
Yeah, literally at this point. And probably, I mean, at this point, even Miami could probably win the 2nd seed at this point.
Yeah. It's going to be Celtics and then just everyone else. I mean, maybe Milwaukee does better this year.
I would hope so. I mean, whatever the issues are up there, I mean, I hope Dame and Giannis figure it out. Like, they should dominate in the East. Like, there's no reason.
Yeah.
Like
they just don't have the pieces around them like how the Celtics do.
But you're superstars. You're super. I'm not even super. You are superstars.
Okay. No, that's all good. Yeah.
But yeah, you are superstars. Like, that should outweigh anything. That's like Shaq. That's like Shaq and D Wade. Like, that team that they won a championship with, they didn't really have any star-studded players after that. They just had a young, hungry D Wade and a Shaq that was dominant. Like,
that's fair.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, the cast itself after that was not crazy good.
Right.
But they all played their role.
Mm-hmm.
So as Giannis and Dame, veteran players, they need to come in and be like, "Yo, do your job. Dame and I will be the superstars. Everyone else do their job."
Together, yeah.
So that's my simplicity. No, don't make it any harder on yourselves.
Absolutely.
So, and I think, I mean, for us, I guess the last topic is that Shohei ball.
Yeah, I mean, I was just real quick. That was like crazy. I don't know if it was the most expensive piece of memorabilia.
It's got to be up there.
Ever, but it has to be up there. $4.4 million.
For that 50-50 ball?
Ooh, I mean...
A ball.
Yeah.
A ball.
Yeah. They got to remake the Sandlot now.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
no
ball
doubt.
and the story about that ball.
They say that's for real. Like,
I mean, you gotta give
you
gotta give credit
use
where credit.
Shohei Ohtani's ball. What? Smalls, you're killing me. Like, oh my god,
that would be nuts.
that'd be nuts.
4.4 million? Nah, that's not leaving. That's not leaving anywhere.
Dude, that's going in
That's
going in Knoxville.
Yeah,
That thing ain't leaving.
yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
man.
crazy. But he is definitely one of the greats in this World Series. You know, great.
If
World
he wins
Series
it,
between
if he
the
wins it,
Yankees
is
and
he
the
the GOAT?
Dodgers. He might need one more.
Fair
in
enough.
my opinion.
No, I agree.
I don't know baseball all too well, but obviously I think people think that Babe Ruth is the best of all time, which makes sense.
I mean, yeah,
But-
he did a lot that you
But
never
Ohtani's
seen
doing
before.
a lot too in a different age, kind of like what we always talk about. So, you know, he's up there. He might even be 2 or 3 already.
I mean, he's definitely top
in
5.
his relatively,
He's 100%. He's
relatively
100%
short
top
career,
10.
so.
Like he's 100% top 10 players
It's
ever.
crazy, and I didn't even know really that he stole bases like that. To be
Yeah.
honest, I had no idea.
Dude, if you
I
watch,
really
if
didn't
you
know.
go back and like watch some of the games
really
and stuff,
didn't know.
like he legit,
He's always
he's
stealing bases.
long,
Yeah.
he's rangy,
Yeah.
and he's quick.
Yeah.
That's the best. He's not really that fast,
Crazy
but he's
athlete.
quick.
Yeah, crazy
Like
athlete.
off the back, like
Right.
I've watched a few of his steals. They are legitimately like he's got to be running 40 times. He's probably at a 4.4. Like I would
believe it.
I would love to
Those
see
long
his 40
strides,
time.
yeah.
I would love to see him get off and just hit a 40 because it's just got to be up there. So and just freak athlete in general.
Mhm.
So you know, just one of those things where you know, what if he came in and played football and fucking just ripping it? Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be crazy. So yeah, you know, it's good to be back. You know, finally, and you know, a little what was that 3-week hiatus?
3 weeks, I think.
Oh my
I think
God.
it was 3 weeks.
Oh, so well.
But we're
We're back
so
now.
weekly.
Yeah, weekly. You know, we'll be here. We're more than excited, especially if the season continues to keep throwing off these curveballs. I'm definitely excited to see how the college season finishes up. The NFL. You know, we'll get to finally do some draft stuff too, like with regards to, you know, day in the life type stuff
Mhm.
with the NFL draft and clients and traveling and all that. So it'll be a lot of interesting stuff coming to the podcast, and we're super excited for it.
Absolutely.
Keep subscribing and keep growing and help us grow this entire project. We love coming on here and just talking with you guys and BSing ourselves, and you know, again, we're entertaining to you guys, and also, you know, create a informative for some of you guys that don't really watch sports and everything. We hope we can kind of give you a little news on some stuff that you don't get to always see or you don't catch on ESPN, and you know, that's kind of what we're here for as well. So
Absolutely.
for Will, for myself, we'll see you guys next time. This is No Client Agent Privilege, aka NoCAP Podcast, and thanks for joining.